What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are going to do a very quick rendition of some stocks today because I need to go to bed, man. It's PLTR and Netflix and Disney for Joe. Alexander John also requested Disney. BBAR for Bruce 2426. IQ for Danny and Apple. ENVX for Kale or Cali. JE8th. And then Snap for Alexander John as well. So we're going to go over that. I'm going to be very quick about this. Just kind of a little, let's see how fast I can do it. But I am going to do it genuinely too. Plantier Technologies, here we go. Moving up, looking good. Wow, look at you, beautiful. Hell of a week, good job, 44%. I forget what I said about this thing a few days ago, but I'm pretty sure I said it was going to go up. That was my thoughts. I don't know if I expected it to go up this high or like that fast, but yeah, man, it looks good. Hitting that standard extension area, beautiful. Very nice volume. Yeah, you know what? You are probably breaking out. This is probably a breakout of this overall like consolidation area. You're probably looking to move up to about $28. I wouldn't be surprised at all. $29, the 1886 right up there at previous areas of resistance. 2684, 1618, somewhere in between there. I bet that's where you're going, man. Yeah. And then you probably pull back to about $23, $24, maybe even all the way back down to $21. You could test back in this area, but you're going, man. You look good. Very good. You're not stopping here. If you do stop here, you're not going to pull back a lot. You have more upside to go. So good job, PLTR. Good job. If I was in like any kind of long or short position, or like obviously if I was in a short, I'd be liquidated. If I was in a long position this week, taking chips off the table while you're in like literally the middle of the expected range, it's not a bad thing. It's okay. If it's a leveraged position, if you bought this thing for like the long term, maybe it's not a good time to sell, but just my 2 cents. I'm not a financial advisor. None of that's financial advice, but that's just my 2 cents. Take it for what you will. I do think it's going higher immediately. And if it goes lower tomorrow or like on Monday to open up the day, probably not that much lower, and it'll probably continue to go higher after that anyways. Netflix looking really good. Higher high, probably come down to form a higher low. From this high to this low here, you went all the way up to your 1886. Beautiful. Tipped it. That high to this low, didn't even get to your 1618. That's okay, though. I mean, still in the expected range. I would think you come down maybe to 532. Maybe you do come all the way back down to these high points here. You went even below these ones, so you could come back to the 886 at 466. Anywhere between 466 to 532 is probably where you're going to go. Maybe even somewhere in between, right? Maybe you do hold this literally this high at 485, but lower nonetheless is where I think you're going to go. Yeah. Daily looks like it wants to roll over a little bit. That's okay. But that's Netflix. Immediately probably going down, and then it probably goes up more. It's in a nice uptrend. Disney, Walt Disney Company, the lower high, up 13% this week. Good for you. Very overbought, relatively speaking. I don't like it. I wouldn't buy here. In fact, I would expect an immediate kind of rejection from this point. Oh, but that is a nice breakaway, man. That is a breakaway gap and a half right there. Man, hard to say. I want to say you do go lower, but obviously you're not going to go all the way down here. Maybe you pull back to about $100. You're at 110. You probably pull back to about the $100 area and then go up, maybe just above $100. You might continue to move up. Maybe you finish the week off with a strong close, but I doubt you get too much above these highs, if above them at all, before seeing some kind of pullback in the more immediate terms. Yeah, I don't know. Tomorrow might continue upwards, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see. Don't be surprised if it comes down. I doubt that you close this gap completely. You probably fill the gap a little bit, but man, that $102 to $104 area looks like strong support. So you'll probably go there. That's Disney. BBAR. Banco BBV of Argentina looks like it's falling off a cliff. Yes. Lower. Probably lower than this low, even. 425 to 381. Let's look at the weekly. Yeah, yeah. 425, probably around there. Let's look at this thing on a grand spectrum, kind of, or a more grand. Yeah, 430, 470, somewhere in there. $421, 420 to 470, somewhere in that range. That's what I'm thinking. A little bit lower. Probably a higher low than this, probably a lower low than that, but still maintaining a higher low than that. That's my expectation at the moment. Very bullish looking weekly RSI. Not such a bullish daily looking RSI. So immediately down, but overall looking not too bad. That's BBAR. IQ. I think this is the one that you asked for, Danny and Apple. I think this is it. If not, just hit me with another comment, man, and I'll do it. At the 618 area, you probably find some support here. Maybe you tipped that 0.5 though. Who knows? Oversold. You probably find support here. You probably go back up to like $4.40 area, about a whole dollar up from here, but then potentially lower. You might move lower. And when I say up there, you probably don't do it in a week or two. Like maybe you're like working your way up. Maybe you do go up there immediately and then come back down. I don't know. If you look at what you did when you were in this previous area here, you kind of did this a lot, right? So maybe you do that a lot now, right? But I would think that the immediate move down is done, probably. You could go lower, right? Hit that 618. You might go into that 618, 69 zone. Maybe as low as like 290, 280, something like that. But immediately, I do think you're moving up from here, like in the more immediate terms, yeah. You could move down a little bit, but over like the next like couple weeks, I would expect you take out that high. You probably do move up to that like a dollar up from where you are now, around like $4.02 to $4.30, potentially even up to like just below $5, something like that. That's IQ. ENVX. Looking good. Wants to go up. Absolutely. High to low. Look at that. Support on the 069, man. And some of you thought it was a joke. No, the 069, man, it comes in handy sometimes. Probably up to your 786 or 886. Probably around $19 to $21. That's where I think you're going. At a minimum, $16 to $17. But I wouldn't be surprised if you had significance. Let's see, top to bottom here. Yeah, $20. Makes sense, man. 19 to 21, something like that. That's what I think. Relatively immediately. Let's look at the daily. Hold on real quick, just to double check that. Yeah, looks good. Looks really good. Yeah, going up, bro. Going up. If you go down, it's not going to be by much. It'll just be like standard volatility. That's it. You're not going to form lower lows in the immediate term. You're moving up, moving up. Snap. Finish this bad boy off. Oh my goodness! What did Meta do? So the congressional hearing was bad for Snapchat, but good for Meta. Oh, dude. It's okay though. It's okay. Because you're kind of still in this area of accumulation. You were looking like you wanted to break out, but you didn't. It's okay. Are you going to see new all-time lows? Maybe, maybe not. Hey, look, you dropped right to your 61869 zone. That's kind of nice. I wonder. Yeah, you could go all the way down just below $10 even. You're at $11.10 right now. You could go lower. You could go all the way down to about $9.70. It's possible. Hard to say with this thing. You know, they say buy low, sell high. You're definitely buying low, relatively speaking. Big drop, pulled back a little bit, went lower. Big drop, went lower, then went up. Big drop, went up immediately. Big drop, stagnant, then you went up. Big drop, down, never seen it again. I don't know. Compared to like what you've done in this area, I think buying here is probably not bad, actually. It'll probably go back up, but it probably does have lower to go. Over time, I think you'll hold that $9 to $10 area, but relatively speaking, you might be moving up back to like $13 to $15 even. Who knows? Maybe this is the fuel to the fire that gets you going up there. Your earnings were good. You reported a little bit less revenue, whatever. What's 19 million on a $1.36 billion revenue report? I don't care who you are, man. You could have $100 billion. You better be upset if you're missing $19 million. It looks like you're upset. I don't know, man. I got nothing else to say about this thing. I think it goes up from here, immediately speaking, but probably has lower to go nonetheless. Don't hold me to that because it can really do anything. It really could just continue to drop ass from here, but you probably hold that $9 to $10 area. If not, I very much do doubt you break out of this accumulation zone to the downside. I think you would break it to the upside, though. Yeah. Yep, that's my thoughts. If you guys like the video, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.